Good evening, girls. Let us continue with Civics. Chapter 6 Voters' Awareness and its Importance. Let us begin with the introduction. The people of India elect their representatives, and these representatives form a government at the center or the state level. We have two types of government, right? One is the center and one is the state. So, representatives at the central level as well as at the state level are elected by the people of the country. At the state level, leaders are elected by the people of the state. So, therefore, election in a democratic country like India is very important. We need an election because why? India is a democratic country. And the leaders running the country, they are elected by the people. Now, let us see further the meaning of democracy, election, and voting. The word democracy has its origin in two Greek words, demos and krasis. Demos means the people, and krasis means power to rule. So, therefore, it means that people have the power to rule only on the basis of election or through election, where the people elect their representatives. So, democracy refers to the power of the common people of the land. Democracy was well defined in the words of former President of USA, who has coined the definition of democracy. The former President of USA, Abraham Lincoln. How did he define it? He defined it as, open quote, it is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people, unquote. The word election comes from the Latin word elegere. Elegere means to choose, select, or pick. To elect means to select or make a choice. The word voting is derived from Latin word votum, meaning to wish for. Voting refers to the process of choosing or electing a candidate to run the government's affairs, usually through a ballot paper. Now, today we do not use the ballot paper anymore. Presently, we have the EVM machine where people can simply click on the device, choose which party to, or choose the name, choose a person and a party contesting from. That is how it is done. But earlier, ballot papers were used during elections. Now, election in India. In a democratic country like India, general elections take place once in every 5 years. General election or the Lok Sabha election takes place periodically after every 5 years. All those who are 18 years of age and above have a right to vote. This is termed as universal adult franchise. So all citizens of India, irrespective of caste, creed, color, division, and all these, irrespective of all citizens of India who have attained the age of 18 years, they have the right to vote, are entitled with the right to vote. So this is the meaning of universal adult franchise. A number of candidates contest the election. Not everyone can contest election. A person has to be a member of a political party. We have already discussed this in chapter 4 of Civics about political parties. We have already discussed. So a candidate has to represent from a particular political party. So there are many political parties, and therefore there are likely to be many candidates contesting in the election. So a number of candidates contest the election. They move from door to door Why do they move from door to door? Because they have to campaign. They hold public meetings and explain the programs of their parties. People need to know what are the programs and policies of a political party. Every political party have their own policies and programs framed by different political parties. And any party, any political party winning majority of votes have been declared winner, or they win. But if they do not, they lose. An election, therefore, is like a battle. But this battle is fought in a peaceful way. It is a battle of ballots, not a battle of bullets. It is not a war where there are 2 groups or 3 groups of people fighting with using guns and rifles. The more you kill, the more successful you are. But this is not the case here. We're speaking of an election. So the more votes the party wins, it is likely to be declared winner of an election. But in one sense, an election is a kind of examination. Good students prepare hard for the examination. So good candidates prepare well, prepare themselves well. A good political party, a political party that wants to win, will work hard, will know their own people, will strive to be able to provide the needs of the people. So therefore, it is like an examination. Those who work hard get good marks. So also at political parties, those who work hard wins higher number of votes. Those who do not work hard get lower number of votes. But those who never care for their books, they fail. This is true of elections too. There are good and honest leaders. Okay, not all leaders are bad. There are also good and honest people who can be elected and who have been elected as well. They care for the welfare of the people. They never forget the voters. Yes, our leaders can never forget the voters. So they get elected without much difficulty. What happens if they are elected and they forget the people? They ignore the needs of the people, the problems faced by the people. If they ignore, what is going to happen to them in the next election? Surely they will not get elected again. Who will vote for a leader who's not responsible? Citizens of India are wise enough to elect leaders who are effective, efficient, responsible. So therefore, they get elected without much difficulty because they get support from most of the people. So when the leaders are elected, when they are responsible towards the voters, so also the voters become responsible to the people. Next topic, importance of voting. Voting is important because it empowers the common people to choose their representatives. So why is voting important? Because it gives the common people the power to choose their own leaders. Representatives means leaders. Common people have an indirect control over the functioning of the government. Common people have an indirect control. Directly we cannot control. All people of India cannot form the government. So therefore common people have an indirect, we the people have an indirect way. How? By electing good leaders. There remains no room for oppressive government. So in a democratic country, there is no room for the leaders to rule the people in an oppressive way. General public have power to change government in the upcoming elections if they are not satisfied with the performance of the current government. So today, if I am not satisfied with the current government, if the majority of people in Meghalaya are not satisfied, likely in the next election we will not vote for the same political leader again. We will change our views. We will change our choice. We can choose another leader who is more responsible, who is more efficient. People also have the power to raise their voice against social evils. and come together as a society. In a democracy like India, everyone's vote is considered equal. Everyone's vote is considered equal, irrespective of their gender, be it a male's vote or a female's vote, religion, social and economic position, etc. An examination, however, is not always a true test of merit. This is true of elections as well. Even bad persons very often win and good persons lose. Why? This is the current situation in India. Sometimes a person who is not efficient, who's not eligible to get voted, he is or she is. Our voters do not know the importance of vote. A ballot paper, we know, is just a piece of paper. It is a very powerful weapon. It is a weapon, not a gun, not a rifle. It is a weapon that enables the voter to choose a leader. It changes a government without shedding even a drop of blood. But do the people always make the right use of their ballot paper? This is a big question mark. Do the citizens of India use the ballot paper in a right way? Not always. They vote for a candidate in the name of some specific group or caste. This we have already discussed in the first chapter. How caste can influence politics. So it is time to realize the true potential of the power of voting by every section of the society, the rich and the poor, the literate and the illiterate, the young and the old. In democracy, this is not simply enough to inform voters about election dates. In order to help the electorates take an informed decision, it is essential to sensitize them with the importance of participating in the electoral process. Moreover, voters need to be educated about the process and made aware of the political parties, their manifesto, and public declaration of policy and aims, especially ones issued before an election by a political party, backgrounds of the contesting candidates, and armed with several other information to help them cast an enlightened vote. So, in a democratic country, which are the ways or what are the methods used to educate the people about the importance of voting? And regarding this, I will cover up in my next explanation. I will cover up voter educational channel, Vote for India, and Voters Awareness Observers. I will continue this in my next explanation. As for now, this is all. I request you all to go through this lesson, page 348. Read the lesson as well. And if there is any doubt, you can always contact me personally. Please be sincere, be honest, okay? Be consistent always with your preparation. You are now in class 10. You need to do well. You need to work hard. And I wish you all the very best. Stay safe, everyone.